Welcome to Vintage Bricks. James, your host. We are going to go on a little journey here to learn about the Ice Planet 2002. If you got this new minifigure, collectible minifigure, what a great one. And she's going to meet the family here. First, we'll start with a little story about what was going on in 1993. And here we have the Blactrons. They're on ice. Why are they on ice? What happened here? Well, the Ice Planet guys came in and launched these satellites. They were learning all sorts of amazing things, and the Blactrons had to steal the technology. So they were kind of watching for their opportunity, and they're going to be sneaking into the base here. Okay, we can find out. Okay, let's get that satellite. Oh, there it is. Let's get it. Uh-oh. Hands up. Commander Cold. Okay, captured them, and it's time to put them on ice, and he does. Freezes them up and hands them over to the space police. So you can see how these different factions of this come together in this time. And don't worry, they get unfrozen at some point here. Here's me explaining a little bit of the sets we're going to look at today. We're looking at 3 different of the main sets of this theme, so you can learn all about them here. And okay, yes, got the Sat 5. That's a great little one there. Of course, that's the main base there, the Odyssey, and we'll look at that as well as the spaceship. So let's move on now to look at the minifigures. There's really 3 main minifigures. These are great. Commander Cold was amazing, kind of a wise old guy. So he ran everything, and then the brilliant Dr. Kelvin, who is the most expensive minifigure. So if you buy the set, make sure she's included. And the worker dude, who is the technician. The only weapon they had was these ice saws. And they were experts at that, and nobody messed with them when they had their ice saws. So they all were surrounded by this planet emblem. So it's we're kind of used to the old emblem, but they have a new one here, and you'll see that everywhere on their uniforms. And we'll see it, on their bases. And this is my favorite piece there. I love that one, and it's pretty much everywhere. So let's first look at the Ice Sat 5, and I had one little minifigure, the dude guy. He ran everything, and we'll look at some photos of it here, and you get an idea how the colors here would match the translucent orange with the white and blue. It's really striking. And this is what this set did. Had these magnets here. It could pick up the satellites, put them on the Sat 5. Well, I guess and the carrier here. And I think I can do that. Okay, and then you can take it to your launch site. And I'll show you how you launch the thing too, which is pretty clever. The back spins up, and it can set this down. Just like that, and off we go. So let's go over the build here, and you'll see on the left there is one of the catalogs here, and pretty straightforward. And these sets all are pretty similar to this. I'm going to go over one of the commercials here, and which is classic, kind of explains what's going on.
The Ice Planet. Go for that super satellite. Blacktron attack. Lower the rocket. Save the satellite.
Save the satellite. See, that's what Blactrons are coming in here. They make look better than I do. This is great.
Discover the new Ice Planet from Lego System.
Okay, we're going to go to the next set we're going to look at, which is the Odyssey, which is almost 350 pieces. Again, 93 here. And it's, in the ice world, they're doing their research. They're learning all sorts of stuff. They mine stuff. I don't know what they're mining, but it must be pretty darn cool. And we'll look at some of the features of this set here as we spin it around here. Of course, it has these iconic base plates from 93. Launch pad here, which spun up with those special little gear things they had. Of course, the satellites, everything revolves around the satellites in these sets here. And then we're going to have, shows you the radar. This could be weapons, but we'll call them radar to be nice about them here. Oh boy, and the command center. So this is a great central base here. And here we do a little stop action as it's loading one of those satellites and getting ready to shoot it off. So we can see this is all revolving around this super tech stuff here. So let's look at the Deep Freeze Defender. This is a huge ship for the day here. To me, a little ungangly. There's the pieces, but I love the colors of it. And I've surrounded it with its satellites. And it even had an internal satellite. There's Professor Commander Cold. And there's little different sections as you put it together. The whole thing unsnapped and snapped together in pieces like a lot of these sets did. And so I'll kind of show you that you can lift up so you can shoot the satellite. They can shoot the satellite from any planet they go to learn things. And the sections come apart here. And I'll pop them apart so you can leave different sections here. Now this back part, you could put a little spaceship in it, and I'm going to pull it back here so you can kind of see. Okay, so this is a challenge. How many minifigures do you think I can put in that back compartment? Because inquiring minds want to know. I thought maybe 6 or 7, so I started putting in the space minifigures in. I got my first 10, and there's still room. So how many do you think? I got 15 of them in there. So that was pretty fun little experiment. Now these front parts come off here, and of course they have snap off, and they have the skis on the bottom because they went to the ice worlds. That's where the special minerals were, I guess. And so it really playable having these things come off and on. Now I actually do have this box, so I'm going to show you some of the photos of the box. These boxes back in this era in the 90s were amazing. The back of the box had the alternate builds. And because there's so many of these special pieces, you can make all these different versions of planes and jets and things. That would be fun to do at some time here. So here's the designer, Jorn, who passed away last year. Great designer. If you look at the Lego Space book, which you can buy online, it talks all about them. He talks about that. And these new sets were playable. So I went to BrickLink or BrickSet and just kind of scanned through a bunch of the sets he did. He have over 100 listed there. So I love all of his sets. I think I have most of his sets. I didn't realize he was one of the designers who helped with that. So that was just pretty, darn amazing here. So here's me saying goodbye. Thank you for visiting Vintage Bricks, and please come back again. And if you want to see a little history, here's the history of these sets. And we'll see you again soon.